everyone, welcome to this 35-minute chill yoga routine, perfect for when you just want to go with the flow, don't want to have too many restricting movements, and want to hold each pose for a little bit longer. Starting off in a seated position, gently close your eyes and take several deep breaths to settle into today's practice. Breathing in through your nose for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe out 4, 3, 2, 1. And keep repeating this. You can place your left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly as you continue to breathe in this way. During this time, you can set your intention for today's practice. Mine is to heal any pain in my body and improve flexibility. One last deep breath in and breathe out. Let it all go. Come on to all fours. Separate your knees as wide as comfortable, bringing your toes together at the back of the mat. Stretch your arms out in front of you, resting your forehead on the mat, pressing your chest towards the floor. Take a few deep breaths here in extended child's pose, opening up the hips and stretching the upper back. Last deep breath in, and as you exhale, come forward to your hands and knees, and we're going to do some cat-cow. This time will be a bit different. We're going to make it more fluid. So as you breathe in, press into your palms, lift your chest, wriggle back and forth, and as you breathe out, curve your spine, tuck your belly in, and wriggle a bit side to side. So breathe in, lift your chest, and breathe out, curve your spine, wriggling a little bit side to side and back and forth. Now move with your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, lift your chest, drop your belly, and breathe out. Pull your belly in towards your spine and wriggle a little bit side to side. Come back to neutral. As you breathe in, reach your right arm towards the sky. As you breathe out, tuck it under you and lay on your right ear. You can use your left hand to press into the floor, and this is a great stretch for your upper back. We're going to be here for several breaths, so take your time and really focus on your breathing. One last deep breath in, and as you breathe out, come back to all fours and just wriggle a little bit side to side to realign the spine. When you're ready, Breathe in and reach your left arm towards the sky, and breathe out, tuck it under you and lay on your left ear. Take deep breaths into your upper back and left shoulder. One last deep breath in, and as you breathe out, release and wriggle a little bit side to side to reset the spine. For puppy dog pose, keep your knees about hip distance apart and your hips should be above your knees. Slide your arms and your hands forward, resting either your forehead or your chin on the mat. You should feel a deep stretch in your upper back. Make sure your navel is also pulled in towards your spine and your neck is relaxed and not tense. Hold for several breaths. When you're ready to come out, press into your palms and slowly make your way to child's pose, resting your hips on your heels, your forehead is on the mat, and your arms are resting by your sides with the palms facing up. Take several deep breaths here to reset your spine. When you're ready, press into your palms and make your way to a seated pose, either with your legs crossed or in hero on your heels. Interlace your hands behind your back and bring them to your left side body with your left elbow sticking out to the side. Breathe in to lift your chest and breathe out, lower your left ear to your left shoulder, feeling that deep stretch in your right trap. Move your chin to whatever position is most comfortable for you and hold for several breaths. When you're ready, you can switch sides. So interlace your hands behind your back and bring them to your right side body. Breathe in, lift your chest, and breathe out, lower your right ear to your right shoulder. One more deep breath in, and breathe out. Release and roll your shoulders. If you're in hero pose, you can now make your way to a cross-legged, easy seated pose. Roll your shoulders a few times backwards and a few times forwards, getting the whole shoulder girdle involved. Using deep breaths, gently rock your head side to side with your chin towards your chest. Gently roll your head all the way round a couple times one way, and then switching to rock the other way, using deep breaths and being gentle on your neck. Come back to neutral and place both palms on the ground by your sides. Press your left palm onto the floor as you reach your right arm towards the sky, leaning over to the left. Keep your hips grounded to the mat. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, roll forward and swap sides. Right palm towards the earth as you reach your left arm towards the right side. Feel that deep stretch in your left side body as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, roll forward and swap sides yet again. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, roll forward and swap arms. Reach to the left side, feeling that deep stretch. And as you breathe out, come back to center. You can wriggle a little side to side, roll your shoulders, and make your way to all fours, and then downward facing dog. Press into your palms, come onto your toes, and press your chest towards your thighs, pulling your navel in towards your spine. Soften your neck and keep your gaze between your feet. Walk your hands to the back of the mat for a wide leg forward fold. Keep a slight bend in your knees and interlace your hands behind your back for a big chest opener. Take 3 deep breaths in this pose. When you're ready, release your hands and take a few deep breaths in forward fold. Slowly walk your hands forward and step your right foot up to the right corner of your mat. You can lower your left knee to the floor and place your hands on your front knee for a lunge. Your right knee should be above your ankle. Press your hips forward and engage your quads to protect your lower back. Engage your abs, and as you breathe in, reach your arms towards the sky for a crescent lunge. Keep your chest open and your neck soft. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, release your arms towards the floor. Press your right hand into your knee, opening up your hips further. You can also lean back and really feel the deep stretch in your inner thigh and hips. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, release your arms, straighten out your right leg, flexing your toes towards you. Breathe in for a flat back, and as you breathe out, fold over your leg for a big hamstring stretch. Hold for a few deep breaths. When you're ready, bend your right knee, press into your palms, and step your right foot back into downward facing dog. Step your left foot to the front of the mat, lower your right knee to the floor, and place your hands on your front knee for a lunge. Keep your chest open and your core engaged as you press your hips forward. When you're ready, breathe in and reach your arms towards the sky, lifting your chest for a crescent lunge. Lower your right palm to the earth as you press into your left knee, opening up your chest and your hips as you lean back. Take a cycle of breath here and really feel the deep stretch in your inner thigh and hips. Straighten your left leg as you flex your toes back. Breathe in as you lift your chest for a flat back, and fold from your hips as you breathe out, folding over your leg. Rest your fingertips on the floor. You can also grab onto your foot or your heel and take deep breaths here. When you're ready, bend your left knee and come into all fours. You can wriggle your hips side to side, and when you're ready, make your way to downward facing dog, pressing your chest towards your thighs, and you can start to pedal your legs out, bending one knee at a time. We're going to make our way to frog pose, so separate your knees as far as comfortable. Make sure your hips are above your knees and your feet should be parallel to the mat, facing to the left and to the right. Your shins should be facing towards the back, and just take your time getting comfortable in this position. You can lower onto your forearms, press your chest towards the floor, and release any tension in your hips. If you feel like you can separate your knees further, you can do so before we settle into this pose. Interlace your hands if you wish, and let your head hang heavy. We're going to hold for about a minute or two, so really take your time to breathe deep into your hips and inner thighs. we're going to slowly release. So press into your palms and come back up. We're going to hold for a few seconds here, still taking deep breaths into your hips. When you're ready, as slow as you can, start to bring your knees together one at a time, as slow as possible, being very intentional with your movement. That was a deep stretch, so great job. We're just over halfway now. Make your way to hero, and we're going to take a couple deep breaths here just to reset and recalibrate. Come onto your knees with either your toes tucked or your feet flat on the mat. We're going to do a back bend here, so press your hips forward, engaging your core as you rest your hands on your heels and lift your chest. You can look up towards the sky or gently close your eyes and take deep, mindful breaths here, making sure your hips are always pressing forward. Direct your mind to your upper back rather than your lower back. This will protect your lower back. One more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you can slowly release and make your way back to hero. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day in through your nose and let it all out with a sigh. One more cycle of breath just like this and let it all go. Making our way to half pigeon, plant your palms and step back into a plank. Bring your right knee to your right wrist, ankle towards your left wrist, stretch your left leg out behind you and square your hips to the front of the mat. Plant your palms and lift your chest as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, fold over your leg, resting either your forehead on the mat or on your hands or stacked fists. Hold this pose for several breaths, feeling the deep stretch in your glutes and hips. One more deep breath in, and as you breathe out, come back up, release your right leg, step it back to a plank, and we're going to switch sides. So bring your left knee to your left wrist, ankle towards your right wrist, square your hips to the front of the mat, finding a position that's comfortable for you. As you breathe in, lift your chest. And as you breathe out, slowly lower towards the mat, folding over your leg. Take several deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. When you're ready, plant your palms and lift yourself up, making your way back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs and get some movement back into your hips. Now let's make our way onto our backs with our feet hip distance apart. Our heels should be close to our glutes, so our fingertips are just touching our heels. Take your time as you engage your core, pulling your navel into your chest and flattening out your lower back. When your core is engaged, gently and slowly begin to lift your hips, interlacing your hands behind your back and rolling onto your shoulders. Tuck your chin into your chest to protect your neck and hold this bridge pose for a few deep breaths. If you want to go further, you can make your way onto your tippy toes. This will be a deeper stretch for your lower back. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lower your hips towards the floor. You can put your feet towards the edges of the mat, resting your knees together. This will protect your lower back and make sure it settles into place. Bring your knees into your chest, and you can rock a little side to side to massage your back. Hold this pose for several breaths. When you're ready, rest your arms by your sides with your elbows bent and your palms facing up, and lower your knees towards the left as you turn your head towards the right. Take 3 deep breaths here in this spinal twist. Last deep breath in, and let it all go. Now let's switch sides, so bring your knees in towards your chest and let them fall towards the right as you look towards the left. Last deep breath in, and as you breathe out, make your way back to center. Stretch your legs out and just wiggle your hips side to side to realign your spine. Making our way to plow pose. Use your core to lift your legs above your head and slowly let your feet lower to the floor behind you. You can place your hands on your lower back and gently fold your legs over you. Make sure your chin is tucked. This will protect your neck. Make sure your weight is pressing into your shoulders. This is one of my favorite poses of all time, and I try to do this pose every day. It just feels so good on your spine. So make sure you take deep breaths here. Don't move around too much, and make sure your weight isn't on your neck. When you're ready to come out, place your hands on your lower back, bend your knees, and slowly bring your feet back down to the ground. Place your feet on the outer edges of the mat and let your knees fall together. Take deep breaths here as you realign your spine. Pull your knees into your chest and rock a little side to side, massaging your spine. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet with your arms inside your knees. Press into your hands as you pull your feet towards you. This is Happy Baby. It's a great hip opener. You can rock a little side to side. You can also grab onto your ankles if it's too much for your hips. Just relax and breathe. Release your feet and place them together down on the mat with your knees falling open. This is a reclined butterfly pose. You can place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, taking deep breaths in this pose. Stay here for several breaths. When you're ready, make your way to Shavasana with your legs stretched out in front of you, hands by your side with your palms facing up, and completely melt into the mat. Let go of the day so far and completely surrender to this moment and to your breath. Thank yourself for taking time out of your busy day to really take care of your body. As you breathe in, imagine white light coming in through your nostrils, down your throat, through your heart, into your belly, down through your pelvis and down your legs, into your feet, and release all negative energy out from your toes. Breathe in positive energy and breathe out negative energy. Continue breathing in this way as you place your hands above your head with your elbows open. If you're ready, begin to wriggle your toes and your fingers. You can rock your head side to side, gently bringing movement back into your body. Rotate your ankles, rotate your wrists. As you breathe in, stretch your body, lengthening out your spine. And breathe out, release. Roll over onto one side as you slowly press yourself up and make your way to a seat. Bring your hands together at heart center. Take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe out your mouth with a sigh. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in today's practice. I hope you feel incredible. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more content just like this, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.